we can go ahead and get started with the presentation.
Okay, so hello and welcome to the University Honors Student Workshop. This workshop is going to review the honors course requirements in preparation for your upcoming advising and registration appointment, where you will be enrolling in courses for fall quarter 2024. We'll be recording this presentation and providing it to all of you and those who couldn't attend this workshop, so everyone will have a copy of this information. Please keep in mind that anything you say or write in the chat will also become part of the recording. To ensure that everyone can hear the presentation, please mute your microphones during the presentation, but if you're comfortable doing so, please turn on your cameras so that we can all see your lovely faces. Please save your questions to the end of the presentation so we can answer them at that time. During the Q&A portion, you can use the raise hand feature to ask questions live or put it in the chat. As a reminder, questions related to breadth or major requirements and academic policies and procedures need to be directed to your academic advisors. University Honors can only answer questions related to honors courses and requirements. So first, we'd like to start off by introducing you to the University Honors team. I'll begin and then call on each member that is present today to briefly introduce themselves. My name is Jane Kim. I'm the Assistant Director. I oversee the counselors and the counseling operations. I've been with Honors and UCR for 13 years. And one fun fact about me is I live in a house full of animals. So we have 2 dogs, 2 cats, 2 chickens, 2 fish, and 1 parrot. Okay, so next I'll call on Aaron.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron Bouchon, and I am the Administrative Director of University Honors. Although I do not meet with students on a regular basis, I am always available to any student who wants or needs to meet with me. An interesting fact about me is that on October 3rd, 2018, at a University Honors team lunch, I ate 65 pieces of sushi in just under 30 minutes. If you are interested, or if you don't believe me, you can watch a 3-minute video of my accomplishment on the University Honors YouTube channel, where you can also watch a variety of other University Honors videos.
Okay, thank you, Aaron. Begonia?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am keeping my camera off because it's not, there's an issue with it, but you can see what I look like there. My name is Begonia Echeverria, and I am just beginning my term as a faculty director. I have been at UC Riverside for, I'll be starting my 24th year. And my, a fun fact or interesting fact about me is that I am a native speaker of the Basque language, or Euskera, which is a language unrelated to any other in the world, which makes it a very good secret language in most parts of the world.
Great, thanks, Begonia. Jovan.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jovan Smith, and I'm the Data and Enrollment Specialist here at University Honors. I joined the University Honors team this year, but I've worked at UC Riverside for the past 3 years. And my fun fact is that President Obama used to follow me on Twitter. I can't prove it anymore because it changed over to X and privacy issues. I've deleted the account, but true story. Thank you.
Okay, Christine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Christine Parada. I am the office coordinator for University Honors. I've been on campus a little over 17 years. I'm here to assist all of the honor staff and especially the honor students. I'll be working directly with the faculty director. So when you need to speak with Begonia, Dr. Echeverria, you'll be meeting with me and we can get that taken care of for you. I don't have many fun facts. I have a scary fact. I was on an airplane with my children once when it caught fire and we had to emergency land.
Okay, thank you. Latoya.
Good afternoon. My name is Latoya Ambrose. I'm a University Honors counselor, and I work with students with last names A through E. I've worked at UCR for 13 years and I've been in honors 10 of those years. So I've been here quite a long time. I'm also a bit of a geek, yet regrettably never watched anime until about 2 months ago. And now I'm hooked. So if you have anime recommendations, I'm always interested.
Yeah, thank you. Maria.
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Rosa, and I'm a university honors counselor, and I oversee outreach recruitment. I also do the courting ceremony. I'm also the liaison for housing and residential life. And a fun fact that I would like to share, just like Jane, we have more animals than humans in my home. We have 3 huskies, 2 pug mix, and 2 cats that we got from the cat distribution system. So if that's happened to you, we share something in common.
Okay, thank you, Maria. And last but certainly not least, Myra.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mara Jones. I look forward to meeting each and every one of you. I'm a university honors counselor, and I also handle marketing media for the honors department. Something that you guys might not know about me that you might want to ask me about later when we get to know each other is that I have willingly thrown myself out of a plane a couple of times. So I've done a couple of tandem skydives. So if you want to learn more about that and chat about that, come seek me out.
Welcome once again, everyone, to University Honors. The fundamental purpose of University Honors is to promote scholarship, engagement, and student success, and to allow high-achieving students at UCR, like all of you, to supplement, enhance, and maximize their experience at UCR, both inside and outside of the classroom. Based on our fundamental purpose, we in University Honors have developed 3 pillars of excellence that not only influence the programs, resources, and opportunities we provide to students, but that also represent the general learning of University Honors. The first of those 3 pillars of excellence is promoting creativity and innovation. That pillar of excellence refers to the academic component of University Honors, the required coursework, the undergraduate research, creative activity, or experiential learning that each of you will eventually participate in, and the capstone project that each of you will eventually create. It is that academic component that will transition University Honors students into scholars. The second pillar of excellence is cultivating a culture of contribution. That pillar of excellence refers to the civic engagement component of University Honors and engaging students in making contributions to their respective communities in whatever way they may define those communities. And the third pillar of excellence is celebrating diversity and global citizenship. That pillar of excellence refers to the high impact experiences, such as study abroad, academic internships, and various other co-curricular and extracurricular activities that we encourage and support University Honors students to pursue, that will ultimately allow University Honors students to think globally, but to act locally in order to promote their overall student success. The University Honors mission statement makes reference to our 3 pillars of excellence. The University Honors mission statement reads as follows: University Honors engages a diverse community of students, faculty, and staff in the creation of global citizens through high-impact experiences that emphasize original scholarship, contribution, creativity, and innovation. As members of the first-year cohort in University Honors, you all have similarly impressive characteristics. You all earned a UC calculated grade point average greater than or equal to 3.8 throughout your high school careers. You all demonstrated impressive scholarship, leadership, and recognition of the value and benefits of university honors in your admission applications. You all placed into English 4 or higher for the fall quarter, or if you have not yet taken the analytical writing placement exam, you will be expected to place into English 4 or higher for the fall quarter. And you all are among the approximately 200 students out of over 28,000 who were invited to apply to be admitted to university honors. So congratulations on all of your accomplishments and welcome to the first year cohort in university honors.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Next, we will be going over registration documents. Each of you should have received these via your email last week, and there was also a reminder sent out today. These documents look like what you see on your screen. The first, an ignition seminars descriptions document. Second, a Highlander Orientations courses document. And lastly, a registrations considerations document. Please make sure that you have each of these. If you do not, please email honors@ucr.edu, and we will make sure we forward those out to you as soon as possible. These are going to be extremely important moving forward for the rest of Highlander Orientation for you in regards to honors courses. And that leads us to our next one. Here. And now we're going to take a look at some considerations for your fall quarter. And you'll be completing this portion during your advising and registration appointments at Highlander Orientation. So it's important to know all first-year university honor students must register for an ignition seminar during the fall quarter. So the ignition seminars, they consist of either HNPG 16, which is a humanities breadth course, an HNPG 17, social sciences breadth course, or HNPG 18, which is humanities or social sciences breadth. And so these ignition seminars are small, they're interdisciplinary courses that are worth 4 units, and they're taught on a variety of different topics. Each of these courses, as you can see, has about 15 students in each course, and we offer 16 sections. So again, please refer to those documents, ignition seminar descriptions documents, to learn more about which specific ignition seminars will be offered in the fall, and then select the one that you plan to register for. The ignition seminar that you choose does not have to be related to your major. So you do have a lot of opportunity to choose something outside of what you currently are studying. Ignition seminars are designed to ignite and stimulate your curiosity as scholars and to broaden your knowledge, your experience, and your education. And again, you can refer to the registration information as they appears on the courses document. For your winter quarter, all university honor students must register either for a religious studies 12H course or ethnic studies 12H during the winter quarter. This is a cross-listed course, and that just means that they're the similar type of course taught by 2 different departments. And so either one you register for will help satisfy your ethnic or your ethnicity breadth requirement. And then lastly, during the spring quarter, all first-year honors students must register for an honors world history course. And you can refer to the registration documents at that time as well. We offer history 10H, or history 15H, or history 20H. And again, we'll have more description on those at a later time. And so the honors world history will satisfy your world history breadth. And so to quickly recap, you will take 1 honors course each semester during your first year. So.
Okay, thank you, Jovan. All second-year university honors students must enroll in HNPG 2W by fall quarter of their second year. So in order for you to be eligible for that course by your second year, you must consider the following. All first-year university honors students will be expected to be eligible to register for English 4 or higher for fall of 2024. Honor students will also need to have passed English 1B prior to fall quarter of their second year to be eligible to enroll in H&PG 2W during fall quarter of their second year. And H&PG 2W will also satisfy the English 1C requirement. And some other things to remember, you will all need to register for Ignition Seminar this fall quarter, but there are some classes that you should not enroll in for fall quarter. The first is to not enroll in Religious Studies 12 or Ethnic Studies 12, because you will be required to take Religious Studies 12 or Ethnic Studies 12 during winter quarter of your first year, which also satisfies the same breadth requirement. Those two courses are cross-listed, so they do meet the same requirement. So just remember not to take either course. The next thing to remember is to not enroll in History 10, History 15, or History 20 during fall or winter quarter of your first year, because you will be required to take Honors World History during spring quarter, which will satisfy the same breadth requirement. And last but not least, do not enroll in English 1C in fall, winter, or spring quarter of your first year, because you will be required to take H&PG 2W fall quarter of your second year, which also satisfies the English 1C requirement.
You have likely heard about your colleges and schools' learning communities. Although those learning communities do provide excellent opportunities and resources for non-honor students, you need to realize that University Honors is a 4-year learning community itself. You will all be taking similar classes and have similar experiences with students over 4 years that you're in University Honors, not just the 1 years that the learning communities require. The first year sequence described earlier represents a specific first year learning community for University Honor students. Because University Honors represents both a first year and a 4-year learning community, because the first year classes that you're going to be taking during, you have to take during specific quarters, and that likely can lead to conflicts with learning communities. Honors does not recommend that University Honor students participate in the college's learning communities to avoid those conflicts, and so you have a smoother registration. When selecting major-related courses for fall quarter, University Honor students should select from available sections of those courses that are not reserved for their college's learning communities, or add themselves to the wait list for those sections. Depending on your college, there may be an opportunity to participate in both University Honors and your college's learning community, depending on their flexibility and their willingness to work with you. Although it is likely that a conflict can arise and you will need to choose between either the learning community or University Honors, if you do wish to discuss the possibility of joining both, you would need to speak to your academic advisor to get more information on whether that would work or not. One more thing to let you guys know, CNAS has requested that we inform all CNAS students that you are invited to join and that you should consider taking one of the faculty seminars that they're going to be offering to their first year students. So if you want to learn more about that and get more information on that, please speak to your academic advisor for more information.
Many of you were admitted to majors that require math. Any student, regardless of which college or school you're in, regardless of which math-related major you were admitted to, any student who is required to take math for their major and has not yet finalized their math placement with either an AP math score, an IB math score, or a math advisory exam, also referred to as the MAE score, will not be able to register for a math course or any course dependent upon a math course, for example, chemistry, during orientation or until their math placement has been finalized. Students who have not yet finalized their math placement prior to their orientation session should plan to enroll in a University Honors Ignition Seminar, as you have heard, an appropriate English course, depending on your placement, and or an applicable breadth requirement or general education requirement, leaving room in their schedules for applicable sections of math or any course dependent upon math. Once again, for example, chemistry, that are not reserved for their college's learning communities. Because as Myra just said, university honor students are discouraged from participating in their college's learning communities. Once a student's math placement has been finalized, even if that is after orientation, the student will be able then to enroll in the applicable section of math and the applicable section of any course dependent upon math, for example, chemistry, providing that space remains available. Or if space does not remain available, to add themselves to the wait list for those sections. Students should enroll in or add themselves to the wait list for math or any course dependent upon math, once again, as an example, chemistry, as soon as their math placement is finalized. Because of course, other students will also be enrolling in those same sections and availability may be limited. If math is not required for your major, you do not need to worry about math placement and certainly don't need to attempt to enroll in a math class at orientation or even beyond.
Thank you, Erin. So for the petition process, what is that? It's a formal written request you would submit to us to let us know that you are having a conflict with your scheduled classes. So what does that mean? So if you have an honors course conflict with a major course requirement, not a breadth course, that cannot be taken at another time, day, or quarter, or if you're having any unit conflicts that require you to take more than 20 units, or already have an AP, IB, or transfer credit for specific courses, you can petition to postpone or maybe waive a course. Please reach out to your assigned university honors counselor who will be able to help you with the petition process if it becomes necessary. Now, reminders on the online orientation. Prior to the beginning of fall quarter, you will receive an email with a link to the mandatory online honors orientation module, and it has details about when it must be completed. We will provide you with an additional information on university honors and our requirements. You will be notified in September with more information and given a timetable for when to complete the requirements by.
Now that the presentation has concluded, if you would like to ask a question, please use the raise your hand feature and we will call on you. Those of you who do not feel comfortable asking your question live, feel free to type your question in the chat so that it may be addressed. We do ask that you please limit your use of the chat feature in order to limit repetitive questions. Please also keep in mind that we cannot answer any questions related to your major requirements. Those should be directed to your academic advisor and not during this question and answer portion. If we do not have time to answer your question, please feel free to email us at honors@ucr.edu. Why don't we get started with Karishma?
Hi, thank you for the presentation. And I was wondering if I took AP World History in senior year, and I don't know whether or not I'm gonna get credit for that course yet. But if I do get credit for that course, would that mean that I'm still required to take the honors World History course?
So it has to be for that credit for that specific course. So if on your transcripts, let's say we're offering History 15H during the spring, and you have gotten specific credit for History 15H, then you would not need to take it. However, if it's not specifically History 15H, the one we're offering for freshmen that year, then you would still need to take it.
Yes, and just to add to what Myra said, AP World History credit transfers to UCR as just general world history credit. It does not correspond to a specific course. So the answer is yes, you will still be required to take honors world history, regardless of whether it's 10H, 15H, or 20H, because your AP World History credit is just general and does not specifically satisfy one of those courses.
Thank you for the clarification.
Ian?
Yeah, I just had a question. This is a little further ahead, but I understand that kind of how it works for registration right now is that we're in the first registration session. If we're trying to get our classes in winter quarter, how does priority registration work for that? What's that process look like? Because I understand we're not getting the guide through, but open-ended question, honestly.
So
Sorry.
Students with priority registration usually get to register the first 3 days that registration opens. So if registration opens, for example, September 15th, honor students would have appointment dates to register September 15th, 16th, and 17th, something like that. So just as an example. So that's how priority registration works for university honor students. You guys will be notified of when your appointment is. It should fall within the first 3 days of registration. And then you enroll for any courses that you need.
And Ian, in addition to another part of your question, we will notify you prior to registration for winter quarter and all subsequent quarters regarding what specific honors course or courses you need to enroll in for that quarter. And then your academic advisor for your major will inform you what major related and breadth requirement courses you need to enroll in. So you certainly will be informed about what the courses are, and priority registration simply means that you will be registering before all other students.
It will be very important that you guys pay close attention to your email. As Erin mentioned, you are notified throughout the year of what courses you need to enroll in and when, what important deadlines are happening and things like that through something called the Honors Weekly Counseling email. So please pay particular attention to that because that will give you the dates. It will let you know when the new courses document is up on our website so you know what's being offered for the quarter that's up for registration and things like that. So I know email is kind of tedious, but it does contain a lot of important information and important deadlines and dates that you guys need to be aware of and stick to.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Asha?
Hello. Sorry, this question is a little bit less generalized, but I'm currently taking single variable calculus at a community college, which articulates to Math 9A. So I visited UC Riverside recently, and I talked to someone there working, and she said this exempts me from the May test. So I just wanted to make sure that that was accurate before orientation, and if not, if I should just take it now or anything else.
Erin?
Yes, that is accurate. If you are receiving community college course for a math course, then you do not have to take the math advisory exam, providing that that community college math course transfers to UCR. However, you won't be able to enroll in a math course here at UCR until you have a grade for that transferable math course. So if you are currently enrolled and will not have a grade by the time you attend Highlander Orientation, either next week or in the future, you will have to wait until you do have a grade, a passing grade for that community college math course before you can enroll in the subsequent course here at UCR.
Thank you.
Shalom?
I was just wondering because I know for for honors students they have to have a certain English requirement for their first fall quarter, and for me I did a community college class pretty much to cover that, so I wouldn't have to do the placement test. But that's going with the transcript that was sent out on the 25th. If that's not in by orientation, do I just put in the English class on a later date after orientation, or would I just tell the person that's helping me out with it?
Yes, the answer to that question is similar to the answer to the math question. Any of you who are currently taking community college coursework this summer in the hopes of satisfying a UCR requirement will not be able to enroll in that UCR requirement until you have a passing grade from your community college and until UCR receives those transcripts and enters them into the system. And one other note that we haven't mentioned yet, but is oftentimes a question because it's a little misleading. We tell you all that you need to place into English 4 or higher. That's misleading because English 1A, English 1B, and English 1C are all higher than English 4. So if you place into English 1A, 1B, or 1C by virtue of your analytical writing placement exam, or by virtue of an AP score, an IB score, or even a community college course, you have satisfied the English placement requirement to remain eligible for university honors.
Okay, thank you.
Hi.
Hello. So I've been reading a little bit about like the Ignition seminar and things like that. I'm still confused on what I'm exactly going to be like getting out of it, or what exactly is it? Does it involve like learning a specific topic, or is it specifically a discussion-based course?
You will absolutely be learning something in that course. You will be learning something that is interesting and intriguing, not only to you and the other students enrolled, but also interesting and intriguing to the professor teaching it, because the professors teaching the Ignition seminars get to select the topic that they teach. So yes, you will absolutely be learning content. The Ignition seminar, as you heard earlier, will satisfy a UCR breadth requirement, a requirement that you would ordinarily have to satisfy anyway. So the course double counts, not only as an honors requirement, but also as a UCR requirement with a single course. Another benefit is because the Ignition seminar will have no more than 15 students, you will have increased interaction, not only with your fellow students, but also with the professor, which will have many benefits, not only in the class, but also moving forward.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry if I mispronounced. Is it SEDEC?
Yeah, you're super close. It's SEDEC, so it's no worries. My question was mostly about, we learned a lot of really helpful information in this presentation, so thank you. But I was wondering, when we're going to be meeting with our during the orientation, when we're going to be meeting with our advisors one-on-one, will they have this information readily available to them as well, and they'll be able to remind us, or is it our responsibility as students to remember what we're taking for honors, you know, in the fall, in the spring, in the winter, and then also planning out? Or I'm just basically wondering how independent we have to be when choosing our classes versus how much support we can expect from honors counselors.
So we do provide all of this information to the various colleges, what we've provided to you and all the courses documents we've sent to you. That being said, the majority of the courses you're going to be enrolling in are major related courses. The main thing you need to remember is that you need to enroll in an Ignition seminar. Academic advisors should know this, that as an honor student, you should be enrolling in an Ignition seminar. However, you should always advocate for yourself. And if that's something that doesn't get addressed, you definitely need to make sure that you do get into one, because it is a requirement for being in university honors.
All right, thank you so much.
Yes, the general answer is you do need to be independent. You do need to know this information. That's why we are conducting this session. That's why we have provided this information to you via email. Your academic advisors are going to have a whole lot of other things to think about and worry about. So it's best if you feel comfortable and confident with this information and that you know it yourselves rather than relying on them. But if at any point you have questions, including during orientation, you can certainly contact us.
Erin, I'm going to go ahead and read off some of these chat questions. And if you could do me a favor and respond to them, we can go ahead. Does a score of 3 on the AP language and composition exam place a person in or above English 4?
Yes.
The Ignition seminar for this fall quarter, will it be only for humanities/social sciences? Additional courses for breadth, or can it fill in for the specific sections like religious, literature, philosophy?
The Ignition seminars will satisfy, there are various breadth categories. Some of them, as the question refers to, are specific. So in the social sciences, you have to take one course from anthropology, psychology, and sociology. You have to take one course from economics or political science, and then you have to take an additional social science course. The Ignition seminar will satisfy that additional category in both the social sciences and the humanities, depending on which Ignition seminar you take. So the answer is no, it will not satisfy a specific breadth requirement in terms of religious studies or philosophy. It will satisfy the additional breadth requirement, which is wide open and can be in a variety of humanities or social sciences subjects.
Do you have to bring the registration documents to orientation?
Yes.
What happens if our English placement isn't finalized by fall quarter? Will that cause conflict with the mandatory English class we have to take in fall? Should we talk to our counselor/advisor?
You froze a bit there. Can you read that again?
Sure. What happens if our English placement isn't finalized by fall quarter? Will that cause conflict with the mandatory English class we have to take in fall? Should we talk to our counselor/advisor?
Well, yes, under almost any circumstance, your English placement will be finalized by fall quarter, because you will have either taken the analytical writing placement exam and or your AP or IB scores will be received by the UCR admissions office, and or any community college course you're taking this summer or have taken in the past will be communicated to UCR admissions via the transcript. All of that absolutely must happen prior to fall quarter. So English placement, regardless of what it is, will be finalized by fall quarter.
Are academic counselors different than honors counselors?
Yes, every student at UCR has what's referred to as an academic advisor for your specific major. And honors students, in addition to having an academic advisor for their specific major, get the added benefit of also having a university honors counselor. But as Myra indicated earlier, you need to see your academic advisor in your major for all of your major related questions about policies, procedures, dates, deadlines, breadth requirements. The only information you would talk to your university honors counselor about is information related to university honors, which includes honors courses, honors policies, honors dates, and honors deadlines.
What is the difference between honors program versus college learning community? I'm in BCOE.
The college learning communities are first year learning communities, so they generally only last for your first year. They generally allow, or in some cases require, you to enroll in major related courses with the same cohort of students. So you're with the same 24 or so students throughout your first year in some key major related courses. University Honors is not only a first year learning community. Based on what you heard today, you will be taking common university honors courses with your fellow first year university honors students, but University Honors is also a 4-year learning community, because the learning community in University Honors, the common courses, the common experiences will last the entire 4 years. So you get the best of both worlds in University Honors. Not only do you get a first year learning community like you can get in your college or school, but you also get a 4-year learning community as well.
How do I know if I have already qualified for English 4? Do my AP English or SAT English course determine it?
Yes, if you passed an AP English exam with a 3 or higher, or if you also passed an IB, International Baccalaureate exam, with an appropriate score, you will have satisfied the University Honors English placement requirement.
Is priority registration will open once all orientation is completed? I think they're trying to ask when priority registration opens for them during Highlander Orientation, if I'm not misinterpreting this question.
The reason that we want university honor students to attend session 1 of Highlander Orientation, so Monday and Tuesday of next week, is because that's the very first one. So in theory, that gives university honor students priority registration, at least for Highlander Orientation. But that's not really priority registration, because all of next year's second year, third year, and fourth year students have already registered. So it's not really priority registration in the general scheme of registration. It's just priority in terms of the incoming first year students. But once you arrive on campus in the fall, and in the middle of fall quarter, when you start to register for winter quarter registration, that's when the priority registration will really take effect, because as we talked about earlier, you will register during the first 3 days of registration, which is before anybody else registers and weeks before other first year students will register. And then that priority registration will continue until you graduate, or for as long as you remain in university honors.
I took AP Calculus during my senior year of high school, and AP scores are being released on July 8th. Will the score fulfill my MAE for orientation? I'm assuming in time for orientation, assuming the AB sub-score is at least 8.2.
If UCR has received your AP scores by that time, then yes. If UCR has not received the AP score, if you have a hard copy of the score that you can show your academic advisor, or if you are able to even call College Board from the registration time during Highlander Orientation and allow your academic advisor to listen to the recording that is stating your score, then your academic advisor will be able to assist you enrolling in the appropriate math course based on that particular score.
Do we have cohorts for honors? And if so, do we get to choose what cohort we are in?
Yes, there are cohorts for honors, and the cohort is based on when a student is admitted and how they are progressing. So you are all currently in the first year cohort because you are all going to enter university honors as first year students. Next year, fall of 2025, you will all be second year UCR students and therefore in the second year cohort of university honors, and so on for the third year and the fourth year until you graduate.
This student is looking for clarification. She wants to know, they want to know if are we only taking one class for the honors program in the fall? I know that we've been talking about taking one ignition seminar, but I'm just a little confused. Sorry if you have already said it.
Yes, one honors course fall quarter, and that will be an ignition seminar, HMPG 16, HMPG 17, or HMPG 18, totally based on your preference.
If you have an AP score for US history, will it satisfy the requirement for honors world history?
No, it won't, because that will only transfer to UCR as general history, and it's also US history, not world history. It won't satisfy a specific course, so you would still be required to take honors world history.
Are we able to have one-on-one meeting with our academic advisors, both honors counselors and our college counselors during orientation?
No. You will have group advising with your academic advisor, and your academic advisor will be there. You can approach them and ask questions during this group advising, but there simply is not time in the orientation schedule for one-on-one appointments. You will also be able to see us at various venues, as you saw in the email, and so you can certainly ask us questions as you encounter us during orientation, but Highlander Orientation does not allow for one-on-one appointments.
Does a 3 or higher in AP statistics cover the qualifications for the MAE?
No.
How do we know if we placed into English 4?
You'll know that either by virtue of your analytical writing placement exam, or if you have an AP or IB score, or if you take or have taken a transferable community college English course. But in any case, if the placement is not evident to you, your academic advisor will be able to tell you what you placed into when you get to orientation.
So this student had an issue with the MAE. They attempted to take the MAE test and the proctor ended the session before they got to take the test because, quotation marks, institution did not publish my exam. How should I finalize my math placement if I cannot take the test?
You may have to access placementtest.ucr.edu, placementtest.ucr.edu. That's the UCR website that has information about the math placement exam, the English placement exam, and also has contact information for specific questions that you may have regarding any of those exams.
Is English 4 an entry-level writing requirement course, or is there a specific score I need on the AWPE to place into the class? Please let me know. Thank you.
If a student satisfies the English language writing requirement, ELWR, by virtue of the analytical writing placement exam, the AWPE, then they place into English 1A or higher. If a student does not satisfy the English language writing requirement, the ELWR, by virtue of the AWPE, the analytical writing placement exam, then they place into English 4 or lower. But we only need you to place into English 4, and then by virtue of taking and passing English 4, you then satisfy the English language writing exam, writing requirement.
Is it important for me to attend faculty seminars as a CNAS student? Will we have opportunities to do something similar as an honors student?
The faculty seminars for CNAS are entirely optional. It is entirely up to you. It's something that is something new in CNAS. It sounds like it will be exciting. University Honors certainly encourages you to do that and will support you in doing that, but it is entirely optional. University Honors has a variety of opportunities for you to interact with faculty. We don't have a specific faculty seminar similar to what CNAS is offering, but your admission seminar with fewer than 15 students will give you close interaction with a faculty member. We have what are called faculty fellows in University Honors who are available to you to meet with and to mentor you. If you will be living in Pentland Hills as part of the Honors Living Learning Community, there will be a faculty member in residence, in other words, living among the first-year students that will also provide you with interaction with faculty members. So while we don't have a faculty seminar specifically, one of the major benefits of University Honors is the opportunity to have close interaction with faculty members.
For the Honors Living Learning Community, will housing be for just 1 year, or will my honors housing last all 4 years?
The requirement is only for 1 year, and then there is an Honors Living Learning Community in the Glenmore campus apartments that is available to 2nd year, 3rd year, and 4th year University Honors students, but that is entirely optional. If you pursue that option, then yes, in theory, you can be in a University Honors Living Learning Community for all 4 years, but it's entirely up to you after the 1st year.
What if we didn't get an 8 or higher in our entry writing exam, and none of our exams can apply for it?
Well, if you don't place into English 4 or higher, then unfortunately we will have to rescind your admission to University Honors and encourage you to apply next year as a 2nd year student. But regardless of the score, as long as you place into English 4 or higher, you will satisfy that English placement requirement.
When is Highlander Orientation? Also, if we miss the priority registration for the orientation tours session 1 and 2, will we still have the opportunity to sign up for the required courses we need?
Oh, yes, there are 12 or 13 sessions of Highlander Orientation spanning from the beginning of July, next week, all the way through mid-August. And regardless of when a student attends, they will be able to enroll in the courses they need for fall quarter. They may not be able to enroll in their preferred days or times, and in some cases, not even in their preferred courses. But there are enough courses for all first-year students to be able to enroll regardless of which session they attend. Obviously, attending earlier is better, and attending session 1, as we require, is the best situation, but we recognize that some of you are not able to attend session.
If you have taken the IGETC requirements at a California community college that has transferable courses according to assist.org, do I have to do all the honors breadth requirements even if my general ones are complete?
Yes, and that's a common misconception. The courses that we detailed today, the 3 courses for the first year, the Ignition Seminar, Honors Religious Studies, and Honors World History, and even including the course for the fall quarter of the second year, HMPG2W, those are all university honors requirements. They just so happen to also satisfy UCR breadth requirements for students who need to satisfy those requirements. For students who may have satisfied one or more of those UCR requirements, they still need to take the courses to satisfy the university honors requirements.
If our AP English scores are visible in our UCR student profile, does that mean that our English requirement has been documented as fulfilled?
Yes.
Do you have to bring the registration documents to orientation? That's been answered. Yes, you should. What are the registration documents? As you saw in the presentation, those are the 3 documents that Jovan spoke about. The Ignition Seminar descriptions, which will allow you to see what the Ignition seminars that are being offered are about, and might help you figure out which ones you might want to take. The registration considerations document, which basically is a summary of what we presented today. So it tells you what you should enroll in, what you should not enroll in, has information about learning communities and stuff like that. And then we also have the courses document, which has all the information on the Ignition seminar. So it'll have the CRN number that you will need to register, the days and times that are being offered, who's teaching it, and information like that. So those 3 documents that were emailed to you both last week and as a reminder today, you should definitely print them and bring them along with you so you can reference them as you're registering. If you can't find the documents, feel free to email honors@ucr.edu, and then I can forward them to you. And the documents were attached to the invitation that was sent to you this morning as a reminder. So you could access them there, and they were also emailed to you last week with information that is relevant to you for registration. In addition, where can I place my IB scores? I have already taken the English writing placement exam since I was still awaiting my scores from IB.
Any AP scores, IB scores, or community college coursework for that matter must be forwarded to the admissions office here at UCR.
Do we reapply for university honors each school year?
No, once you're admitted, you are in until you graduate, unless you either decide to voluntarily discontinue your participation, or unless you are unfortunately discontinued by us for failure to satisfy one or more requirements.
How do I know what honors courses I need to register for during each quarter, fall, winter, spring, etc.?
Well, we talked about what courses to register for fall quarter, winter quarter, and spring quarter of this year. Once you are actually on campus, you will be receiving emails from us on a regular basis regarding a variety of topics, but specifically regarding what courses to enroll in each quarter as well.
Are we able to sign up for summer courses during orientation?
Not as part of orientation, but if there are still summer courses that are available, either through UCR summer sessions or through your local community college, if you have the desire and or the need, you certainly can enroll in those courses independently, although you might want to check with your academic advisor to see if that is necessary or beneficial.
I got an email saying that according to their records, they do not have a math placement on my student profile. I have an AP score that satisfies my math requirement, but I am unsure how to confirm my math placement.
Ultimately, you need to have College Board forward your AP scores to UCR. And you need to make that request through College Board. If you haven't done that yet, and obviously it's too late to do that now for orientation next week, as I mentioned earlier, if you have a physical copy, a paper copy of your scores, or if you are able to pull up an electronic copy on your phone, or if you are able to call College Board from the registration room in orientation to allow your academic advisor to listen to your score over the phone, any of those options will satisfy the requirement and allow your academic advisor to permit you to enroll in the appropriate subsequent course.
If I took the MAE and got into Math 3, but I'm planning on taking it over HESA, will I have to communicate this to my academic advisor on what math I'm going to be placed in?
That would be helpful. Your academic advisor simply will just know about the Math 3 placement and will advise you to enroll in Math 3, which you certainly can do. But ultimately, if you take Math 3 over HESA, once you complete Math 3, then you will have to enroll in the subsequent math course for fall quarter.
If we took AP seminar and passed, does that count as your English requirement as well, or is it only if you get a 3 to 5 on your AP English test?
Yeah, the only way to satisfy a requirement at UCR with AP or IB is to take the applicable exam and to earn a passing score on that exam.
Would satisfying the entry-level writing requirement via a transferable English community college course with a grade greater than a C make you eligible to register for English 4?
Well, depending on what course you took at the community college, it will likely make you eligible for English 1A, but could make you eligible for English 4, depending on what community college course you took and what course you placed into at your community college. But the bottom line is you need to forward those transcripts to UCR so that they can enter that credit in the system to allow you to enroll in whatever the subsequent course may be.
For those of you that may have joined the presentation late or may have cut out and lost connection, this presentation is being recorded and will be sent to all of you so you can re-reference it if you wish. Are the CNAS faculty seminars listed in the Ignition seminar descriptions attached to the email regarding Highlander Orientation?
No, you'll find out about the CNAS faculty seminars when you go to your CNAS advising session during Highlander Orientation.
Are we able to take summer courses at another UC school and be able to transfer it?
Yes.
Oh, can I add to that really quick though, Erin? If you do take classes at another UC, the grades and the GPA does get included into your cumulative GPA here at UCR. So it's different than a community college where the grades do count towards your GPA.
Thank you, Latoya. Do the honors fall, winter, spring courses also fulfill breadth requirements?
Yes.
Okay.
If I have achieved a 4 in AP Psych during my junior year of high school, would that fulfill certain aspects and topics of the required humanities or social sciences course?
Yes, that will likely fulfill a psychology course, which will likely fulfill a social sciences breadth requirement course. That's something that you can confirm with your academic advisor at Highlander Orientation.
Are there honors course requirements for each quarter for all 4 years?
No. You'll take an honors course all 3 quarters of your first year, fall quarter of your second year, and then after that, they are sporadic, and we will certainly let you know which courses you need to take during which quarters after that.
When do we meet our academic advisors?
During Highlander Orientation.
So that concludes what's in the chat. There's some people who have been holding their hands up. Thank you for your patience. Sam, did you have another question?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think most of them were answered in chat. But I think to Miss Latoya for anime recommendations, Spy X Family is pretty awesome.
Sorry, what did you say?
Spy X Family is pretty awesome for an anime recommendation.
Oh, okay. Can you write it in the chat and I'll take it down.
Oh, sure thing. Hold on.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon?
Yeah, hi. Thank you for all the information y'all provided. It was pretty useful. This question is less so much about honors, but about like the general thing for UCR. So I checked under my student portal and under documents, it says that my high school transcript wasn't sent yet, but I have an email confirmed from Parchment that your institution received it back in late June. Does this mean that my transcript was not properly sent, or is it just um the system's being overloaded?
That is unclear to us because we're not involved in that process, but you can do one of a couple things. You can either call the Office of Undergraduate Admissions to confirm with them, and or once you come to campus for Highlander Orientation, there will be representatives from the Office of Undergraduate Admissions available, and you might be able to ask them in person.
Could I pull up an email from Parchment to confirm that my transcript was sent, at least on their end?
Yeah, that would be helpful when you talk to them, either over the phone or via email or in person, to provide that to them so that way they can investigate.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry if I mispronounced this. Yuan Queen? Lee? No? Okay. The deck. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for answering all our questions. And I am sorry that I have another one. I was wondering, I've also decided to enroll in the HESA program just to be able to get in the groove for college. And I was wondering if the honors, if any of the honors office would be open, or if there's any way that I could, I don't know, start getting used to it or talk with faculty during the summer, or if it remains closed until the beginning of the fall quarter.
The University Honors Office is open throughout the summer. There are very few of us here because many of us work remotely during the summer, but certainly if you stop by, you can find me. Now, I'm not an honors faculty member, but our faculty director, Dr. Echeverria, may or may not be here depending on when you stop by. And other honors faculty members probably won't be around, but you're certainly welcome to stop by, to check out the space, to hang out, to talk to whoever's here. You're welcome to.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yuan Queen? Lee?
Yes, sorry, I disconnected when you called for my name. So my question is that since I wasn't able to schedule for the session 1 for orientation, so I'm in session 2, how would meeting the advisors and academic the honors counselors be like for virtual session?
Well, regardless of what session of Highlander Orientation any of you are attending, whether it's session 1 or a later session, you're not going to get to meet with us or talk to us. That's precisely why we scheduled this session. There just isn't time in the 2-day Highlander Orientation sessions for students to be able to meet with us in honors because of all of the other things that need to be accomplished. So regardless of whether you attend session 1 or any other session, you can certainly email us anytime you have a question and we will respond promptly. For those who do attend session 1, you will see us at various times throughout the 2 days, but not in terms of advising or answering questions like we're doing tonight.
And how would the virtual session be like? Would it be similar to a meeting like this or something else?
Yeah, you'll log on and you'll just be guided through various sessions, various presenters, perhaps various breakout rooms. They will provide you with all of the information from an in-person session in an online session. It's just that you'll be looking at your computer screen rather than being here on campus.
All right, thank you for answering.
Claire?
Yes, so like thank you for like answering all the questions, but like I'm taking HASA, so like I'm planning on paying for HASA by check. So how would like I pay for HASA by check?
We can't answer that question. You'll have to contact the Academic Resource Center to talk to them specifically about payment arrangements.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nathan?
Hi, sorry. I was waiting for my transcript to get processed for community college for fall quarter, and I was wondering if I had to just wait for it, or how does like registration work? Do I after my time ticket can I still register?
Well, yes, your time ticket just represents the earliest that you can start registering. You'll be able to register for a short period of time after your time ticket, namely for the duration of your Highlander Orientation session. But then your registration will be closed until September, during which time registration will open back up for everyone. It's called the second pass at registration. So if you're not able to get all of your classes during your specific registration time during Highlander Orientation, you merely need to wait until September, and then registration will open again for everyone.
Okay, thank you.
We have some new entries in the chat. Community college courses, once transferred to UCR, still affect our GPA, correct? Or only other UC courses would affect our GPA?
That's right. Any transfer courses from anywhere other than a UC campus, only the units will transfer. As LaToya mentioned earlier, if you take a course or transfer a course from another UC campus, both the units and the GPA will transfer.
If we have done all of our breadth GED requirements, being dual enrolled in a community college during high school, do we still have to take the honors breadth courses?
Yes, because they are honors requirements.
Will we be staying in the rooms we picked during housing registration during orientation?
No. The rooms that you stay in during Highlander Orientation will be completely separate from the rooms that you move into when you arrive in the fall.
Does UCR offer online summer courses?
You will have to consult the summer sessions website and schedule for an answer to that question.
Where on my student profile can I check if my AP scores were received?
I don't know the specific section. It should be, yeah, I don't know the
A fellow honors student responded in the chat if you guys are interested in that. I see the AP scores for the test I took earlier this year, even though the scores come out on the 8th. It might be the same for you guys. Oh, they were trying to answer the question. Okay, they're going back and forth. For orientation, do I stay for the full 2 days?
Yes.
If you take a gap year sophomore year where you need to reapply to honors?
Well, that depends. If you tell us that you're going to be taking a year off and tell us specifically when you're going to return, we may be able to keep your place in honors, or even if we don't keep you active in honors, if you tell us when you're going to leave and then tell us when you return, we will likely be able to resurrect your place in honors as long as you have met all requirements. So generally, no, you would not have to reapply, but you have to communicate with us.
Is there an email for the undergraduate admissions office?
Yes, but I would refer to their website in terms of which one they actually want you to use for questions.
I'm not sure if you're aware of this, Erin, but a student is asking if orientation is supposed to cost money regardless of whether it's online or not, because I thought the 300 would only be for the in-person session, not online.
I would defer to the Highlander Orientation office for all registration and fee information.
Does our guest we invite to orientation go both days or just the first day?
Both days. There's family programming both days.
That concludes the questions in the chat. Does anybody have any additional questions? Oh, there just one came in. Will there be workshops that help students get a job, or will students have to do it by themselves?
University Honors provides a wealth of opportunities and resources to students every quarter, every year. Many of those do pertain to opportunities such as internship opportunities, job opportunities, working with the Career Center. We do not specifically place students into jobs, but we certainly provide opportunities for students to pursue.
You should definitely explore the Career Center's resources and wealth of information. They do have a bunch of internship fairs. They have workshops that tell you how to look for jobs in the hidden job market and things like that. So that is definitely one of the websites that you should be exploring. HMBG 2W, is it necessary to take as a pre-med?
Well, it's necessary to take as an honors student. It doesn't matter what your major is. It's a university honors requirement.
Claire?
Yeah, so for orientation, do I have to stay for like the full 2 days?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
There any additional questions?
Well,
I have another kind of general one again. I guess the main thing is obviously it's been clarified that we go to our honors counselors for honors questions. However, a lot of those honors questions I imagine are going to be like about what outside of like direct course sequencing, but just for the honors courses can we seek advice for? Because for me, for the immediate needs I'm looking to seek a counselor for, I seem to mostly looks like I'm looking to my academic advisor, because I'm looking like long-term course sequencing and planning for possible like things I want to do my next year. So where do the honors advisors really step in then?
Well, the honors counselors will let you know which honors courses you need to accommodate into your schedule, regardless of what your major requirements may be, regardless of the sequencing of those courses, regardless of whether you have a second major. We will simply tell you what university honors courses you need to take, and then it will be up to you to accommodate those courses along with the other courses that you need to enroll in.
But also, if you're planning to graduate early or perhaps graduate later on, those are the kind of information that you would let us know about so that we could work with you and help you figure out a plan. So for example, if you're graduating a year early, we could tell you what your requirements would change you that would allow you to graduate in those 3 years. Or perhaps you're staying an extended time, or perhaps you're going abroad or participating in UCDC. Anytime you're doing something that's off cycle or not in the norm that could possibly affect when you take your honors courses and your honors requirements, you would need to talk to us as soon as possible so that we could help you plan around that.
I just wanted to add to that too, and this is not just to Ian, but to everybody. The honors counselors are here to support you on your personal academic and professional development as well. And so because we do have a smaller caseload than the academic advisors on campus, we can actually spend that extra time with you to talk about, what are the things that you want to experience while you're at college, right? If you're having issues about, your major or other things that are going on, we can have general conversations with you and also refer you to various resources on campus, including scholarships and other experiential opportunities. So just kind of doing a plug for the counselors so you can reach out to us and have a chat with us as well.
Yeah, and also to answer, to add to Jane's response and to also hopefully answer, because I think the territory is like, when will we be able to meet with the honors counselor? We can't meet with you during Highlander orientation because, like, as Aaron mentioned, it's just way too much going on and we don't have the time to meet with you. Like, your schedule is going to be packed. However, during the academic year, you can meet with your honors counselor. And our one-on-one appointments tend to be about 30 minutes, and we can meet with you specifically about your goals. Like Myra mentioned, if you're graduating early or you're having a course conflict or something like that, you can meet with your honors counselor one-on-one during the academic year. We're just unable to meet with you one-on-one before you register for fall quarter, which is why we have this session now.
Typically, how many honors courses do we have to take a quarter? Does the amount of courses depend on our major?
No, the courses do not depend on your major. It's one course per quarter, basically for your first 4 quarters, and then sporadically after that, never more than one course per quarter.
Just to add to that, I did want to put in the chat very quickly here because there were some questions about courses and requirements and units. So I have put the direct link to our course requirements and the units required for each of those courses. And so you can also refer to each of those tabs to see which courses you need to take in which year and how many units, in addition, of course, to all the emails and things that Myra already referred to that will be sent to you weekly.
Shalom?
So for the orientation, I know that us as students have to stay for both days, but if our parents can't stay for both days, is that fine? And we just have to tell them like the information from the family thing after, or do they have to be there for them?
I don't think anybody's going to prevent a parent or family member from leaving when they need to leave. It would be advantageous to stay the whole time, but if they have to leave, I'm sure they're free to do so.
Thank you.
We have about 10 minutes left. Do you have any other questions you'd like us to address? Claire?
Can you bring like countertop medication like Advil or like those types of medication to like orientation, or do they have to be like prescribed medicine from like the doctor?
I would have to defer to the Highlander Orientation office to answer that question.
Thank you.
Right, we have no remaining questions in the chat. If nobody has any additional questions. Oh, when will the recorded Zoom be shared with us? My hope is to download it today and send it to you by the end of the day today. Any additional questions? Where is the honors room located? Our suite of offices is located in Sky Hall 381. Claire, did you have another? Oh. Any additional questions? There is no honors Discord channel at this time that it's being used. Okay. Thank you for all of the messages. We really look forward to meeting all of you. If there's no additional questions, we could go ahead and end the presentation here. Good. We will see you at Highlander Orientation Session 1 for those of you who are registered to attend there. Please remember to visit our tent during the involvement fair. We have a cool giveaway for you guys, and you could get to meet us in person.
I love the comment that says, thank you to my peers for asking the questions I'll never ask.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.